We've got the all-new CX-50 hybrid.
Finally, another hybrid to buy. And we're away.
Oh yeah. Good power. Good power.
There's a lot to unbox with this. I mean, a lot to unbox. First, we're going to get into what's under the hood of this thing.
A 2.5-liter four-cylinder with 3 electric motors. It has a 1.59 kilowatt-hour battery, and it's matched to an eCVT. It gets a combined 219 horsepower, standard electronic all-wheel drive. Now, there is no combined torque number available. Same with Toyota. They just don't make that available. But if you're interested in the torque figure for the gas engine...
I'm interested in the torque figure for the gas engine.
It's 163 pound-feet.
All right, now we're going to get into, this is a new model for Mazda. What are the key standard features?
The base model comes with a 10.25-inch display with Mazda Connect and Amazon Alexa, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a 7-inch LCD driver display, a wireless charger, 8-speaker audio system, black leatherette upholstery, a power driver's seat with lumbar support, 4-way manual passenger seat, heated front seats, a heated steering wheel, panoramic sunroof, a power liftgate, and eye-active safety features. In the US, the panoramic sunroof is not standard, but available on the middle trim. Instead of leatherette, you get a cloth and leatherette combo. And unfortunately, a heated steering wheel is not available on any trim in the US.
Still has MI drive, different drive modes. What are we going to put it in?
Got to put it in S for subscribe, and if you can hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when all of our reviews drop, and then you can watch them.
And we do this, the Cup of Carvey, twice a week. The first one drops on Wednesday.
We put another one out on Saturday.
So make sure to like and subscribe, and also follow along on Instagram to find out what's going on behind the scenes and to get a question in. For me, it's Motormouth_auto, and the links are below the like button. Well, the first thing we've got to unbox with this product is the fact that it is a borrowed hybrid powertrain from Toyota. Toyota has partial ownership of Mazda, let's just get that out of the way right now. And it's a plug-and-play hybrid from the RAV4. Same power output, same engine. It's not a Mazda-derived 2.5 liter. It's actually a Toyota engine. So they plopped it in this product, I think, with very good results.
Oh, for sure. I agree. Now, this is a series parallel hybrid system. So that means the electric motor can work independently or it can work in conjunction with the gas engine. And it's the same with the gas engine. The gas engine can work independently or with the electric motor to deliver the best performance and fuel economy this hybrid system has.
That's why they don't give a torque number, because it's moving all the time. It's a moving number. Gas could be working, electric could be working, it could be a combination of both, and that's why they don't do one big torque number.
Yeah.
But you know what? The Toyota RAV4 is the best-selling passenger car in North America. We'll take trucks out of the picture.
Yeah.
It's the best seller. It's not a bad idea to use the best-selling hybrid technology. Also, best-in-class fuel economy. This isn't quite as good. We'll get to that a little bit later. But it's plug and play, and you know what? It delivers the attributes of both brands.
Exactly. You know, a lot of people were asking us on Instagram, how does this compare to the RAV4 with driving dynamics?
How does this compare to the RAV4 with driving dynamics?
Well, I would say that the RAV4 is comfortable. Suspension isn't as firm as this. It's not as engaging as this. This is a fun hybrid to drive. The steering is a little bit heavier. It's well weighted. And then you've got a slightly firmer suspension. I would say that noise, vibration, and harshness and quietness of the cabin is about the same.
Yeah.
The winners in that category, hands down, are the Korean twins, the Sportage and the Tucson.
Yeah, they're very quiet. This has the classic Toyota hybrid sound to it. We're now getting close to highway speeds. Andrew, put your foot into it for us, and you heard it at the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, if I close my eyes, am I in a RAV4 hybrid? Well, it has a similar sound, put it that way, but Andrew is absolutely right. Steering feel is heavier than Toyota, but I find it's not as heavy as, say, the CX-5. That is really a bit overly heavy. This one feels, you know what it feels like? It feels really well done, and that's one of the complaints we had of the CX-90, their large 3-row SUV. Not fully baked in the first year. This one feels fully baked right out of the oven.
Zach and I were talking, if we were to get a hybrid, we like how dynamic this is. So MI Drive is standard, and there are 3 drive modes: power, normal, and trail.
And subscribe.
And subscribe, and this has got a noise isolating windshield, which is standard.
Okay, now we get into the way this looks. So one of the things about the CX-50, I think it has kind of wagon vibes. It's got a long roof. I like that because I love station wagons. This one's slightly different because it's borrowing from Toyota for their hybrid system. They had to modify the platform. They raised the body by 1.4 inches, and to sort of camouflage that, they put extra cladding around the wheels and around the bottom rocker panels, and it gives it a slightly more upright, classic crossover look compared to the gasoline model.
Yeah, and I think that's it. The other one had more of a wagon vibe, and I know a lot of people like that look. This, though, I think still looks great. I mean, it has an SUV feel to it. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know about the extra cladding, if I love all that cladding, but it is what it is. I'm just so glad that Mazda has a hybrid option. Now, just like the gas model, this has a torsion beam rear suspension, and it gets up to 8.1 inches of ground clearance. It comes standard with LED headlamps, roof rails, power-operated heated exterior mirrors, body-colored door handles, dual exhaust pipes in either chrome or black, 17-inch black wheels, available 19-inch wheels that we're riding on in black and machine cut, and guess what? It comes with a temporary spare tire.
Available features include auto-dimming rear view mirror, power folding exterior mirrors, and LED rear combination lamps. The nice thing is the power seats are connected to the side view mirrors. You set them and it remembers where you like everything. Now we turn our attention to the inside, and sitting here, Andrea, there's just a few slight changes to make it a hybrid. There is a special dial there that shows you whether the battery is charging or depleting. You get a slightly different shifter compared to the regular gas model, but the rest of it looks very comfortable and homey, similar to the other one.
Yeah, I think that Mazda offers an elegant and sophisticated interior, especially to something like the RAV4, and I think we can all agree that sometimes it does blur the lines between luxury and non-luxury or premium.
I don't think anybody ever said the RAV4 interior was close to premium.
Boy, does that ever need a redesign?
It's close to basic.
Yeah.
It is basic.
Now, we talked about all the standard features right off the top. So you get a leatherette interior in Canada. In the US, it's a cloth and leatherette combo, and then available leather in both countries, whether you get the black with this caramel stitching and some accents, or you get a red interior. In Canada, you also have the option of terracotta. Now, Mazda really goes into great detail with their interiors. On the dash, there's kind of like a baseball mitt type stitching, but I also noticed on the seats that it's not just piping, it almost looks like a rope, and it's in this caramel color, and I gotta say, it's just really a pretty thing to add to a compact class hybrid.
Where's my phone? Let's call the dealer. Andrea wants one. I can tell right now. Are you getting those vibes? All right, so I want to talk about how Canada and the United States differ. And it really comes down to what's standard equipment and what is also available. And this is going to be a problem for a lot of American viewers, Andrea. They're going to go, why the hell don't we get all that stuff the hosers get? And one is the panel roof is standard equipment in Canada.
Yeah, and it's available one up from the base model in the US. There is a sunshade that comes with this in Canada that's standard. You do get it in the US as well on the middle trim. This doesn't open all the way. It opens kind of 3/4, I would say, but it does tilt as well.
I kind of think maybe the Americans are thinking, all right, for those hot places like Florida and California, you might not want a panel roof, so they do have that option. That maybe makes sense. And the other thing is, in Canada, you cannot sell a car without a heated steering wheel. So it comes standard on this, not available on any trim. Even if you live in Buffalo, Minnesota, New England, no heated steering wheel for you.
I don't get it. It's like Mazda USA thinks it's not cold in the USA.
Oh, it's cold.
Come on, it gets cold. So there are other features that are not available at all in the US on any trim. A 360 camera, front and rear parking sensors, and heated rear seats. I think this is a problem on the top trim in Canada, you get all of those features plus a head-up display, ventilated front seats, and a 12-speaker Bose sound system. However, you can add that Bose sound system to the middle trim in the US.
Okay, I've got a theory about this as well. Americans, for the most part, buy one size bigger than Canadians, right? So they're really focusing at Mazda, I'll say it American style because we're talking about the US, on the CX-90, both plug-in and gas model. So they probably believe that's their big seller. This style of car and this size of car will be very attractive to Canadians, which is maybe why they pimped it out.
Nope, I disagree with that because the CX-50 gas model gets those features.
All right.
So that makes absolutely no sense.
I just got a complimentary spanking right there. Did you see that? Andrea just gave me a complimentary spanking on the video.
I think that in Canada it's just loaded, and it's wonderful for us. Hopefully they will add some of these in the US when they do a mild refresh. What I like is that you get a 10.25-inch display screen as standard in both countries and the 7-inch driver display, but there's all of these buttons and not everything is done in the screen. You've got the dial at the center console so you can avoid fingerprints on the screen.
Yep. If you have the Android and Apple connected, you can use the touchscreen at all speeds. Well, if you watched our gas model reviews, we talk about the seats are kind of firm. I don't mind it so much when I'm driving because I like sitting upright and it works for me. There's a big difference when you're a passenger. You notice seat comfort more when you're a passenger, I think, and it is still firm. It's still a firm.
I find that it's same as Zach, the driver's seat is more comfortable because there is an adjustment for your thighs that you can lift up or lift down, whereas the passenger seat doesn't have that adjustment and it feels kind of short. Now, a viewer of ours, when I was taking some photos of this for social media, hi Glenn, he came up and he is so interested in this vehicle. So I took him through. He says that he has short legs, so that doesn't bother him whatsoever.
Just by the way, just an FYI, Andrea isn't doing one-on-one walk-around presentations. Glenn just got lucky and ran into Andrea one day.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to get into the rear seat. So here's me getting in the rear seats, and it's slightly different than the gas model. To make room for the spare tire and the battery, they actually moved the seat up by a couple of inches. I still find there's good leg room, good headroom, and there's some nice features back there like USB ports and air vents. How does it stack up?
Comparing the CX-50 hybrid to the RAV4 hybrid, the CX-50 has 41.7 inches of front row legroom, which is almost an inch more than the Toyota. Second row legroom at 37.8 inches is the exact same as the RAV4, but there is a difference in headroom. The Toyota has over 2.5 inches of extra headroom back there. As well, the CX-50 gas model and hybrid, there is a difference in rear seat legroom and a tiny bit when it comes to headroom, but you're going to lose 2 inches of rear seat legroom.
Lifting up the power liftgate on this model, and the nice thing about the CX-50, whether it's this or the gas model, has a very long cargo area, and under the floor is a temporary spare tire.
Cargo space behind the second row at 29.1 cubic feet, and overall cargo space at 56.3 cubic feet does fall short to the RAV4.
Hybrid, hybrid, hybrid. Let's get into it.
Time now for questions, coffee, and cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
What trim allows you to get the terracotta interior with the hybrid? I also heard the zircon sand color is only available on the highest trim for the hybrid, but on all trims on the gas model. Why would that be?
Well, the zircon sand is not available on any hybrid.
Nope.
So that's the sand beige colored one, which actually I think really suits this car. Not available on hybrid, probably subject to change.
I think so, or maybe they just wanted to keep it exclusive to the gas model. Now, the terracotta interior, only available in Canada, is an option on the top trim only. So you can get it with the white, the red, the black, or what was the other one? Machine gray. Those are the only colors, 4 colors in total for terracotta on the top trim as an option. I currently drive a 2019 NX300F Sport. Love most everything about the vehicle except for old tech. It doesn't bother me, except for the fuel costs, hence why hybrids appeal to me. Would this be an adequate replacement, or would you keep the NX based on your experiences?
This, and the RAV4 all share common architecture when it comes to the hybrid system, so you've already got that part.
Yeah.
So what you're looking at is basically the design of the car. The NX is more of a traditional upright crossover, and then you've got the premium badge, but to your point, this has got the latest tech.
Oh yeah, technology, you're right about your model that you're driving. It is old tech. I would say that the seats are more comfortable in that model. They're more plush than this. Also, it has the Lexus refinement. So you have the quieter cabin and it's smoother with a softer suspension. That's not the case with this, but this is more dynamic, engaging, fun to drive. So you've really got to try this to make sure that you like this feel. How does this compare to something like a Ford Escape hybrid?
Well, it's a hybrid, and the Escape gets incredible fuel economy, tied pretty much with the RAV4 for best in class for fuel economy. Same thing as the last question. It's more of an upright crossover. This still has the longer roof line, and you really notice that in the cargo area. It's very long, and I can fit my tripod in lengthwise. It's actually longer than our Cayenne. It's maybe not as wide. So that's really what your benefit. It would be great if you're a dog owner.
I also find the Escape, it has a firmer suspension, the hybrid, because
I forgot
it gets
about that
the
one.
sport
Yeah.
tune suspension. So I actually like the way that the Escape handles. You'll also find that the seats are more cushioned in the Escape. Ford does make really comfortable seats, that's for sure.
Truth.
So it's really about trying the different hybrid options. I'm thrilled that there are so many available to us now, but they're all a little bit different and they all have their positives and negatives, and it really is about your needs and wants.
And now it's time for our hot topic. What's this one, Andrea?
Will there be a plug-in version like the RAV4 Prime?
So as great as this is to have a Toyota-based hybrid system in a Mazda, they are also working on their own hybrid system. Of course, they have a plug-in available in the CX-90, and this is maybe just a stopgap. I would like to see them continue to use this because you know what? This is wonderful technology.
It absolutely is. I also believe if they do come up with a plug-in hybrid CX-50 like the CX-70 and CX-90, it will be their own plug-in hybrid powertrain. They will not use the same one that's in the RAV4 PHEV.
All right, so we're going to get into the fuel economy. It's good. It's just not as good as the RAV4 and more. Of course, the price is very important. Let's get into it.
Let's start with pricing. We'll do Canada first and then move on to the US. We're using MSRP. The base model starts at just under $43,000 and the top model is just over $48,000. In the US, the preferred starts at just under $34,000 and the top trim is just over $40,000.
Here's the fuel economy, 6.1 liters per 100 kilometers city, 6.4 on the highway. That's 39 miles per gallon city, 37 miles per gallon highway. The CX-50 can tow 1,500 pounds, and the warranty is 3 years with unlimited kilometers in Canada, or 3 years and 36,000 miles in the United States. Lightning round, two things we'd like to see improved.
Well, I really like a hybrid with an engaging drive. Mazda nailed it.
I've been a fan of this ever since it came out. Hybrid just makes it better.
What I'd like to see, boy, for our US viewers, add a few extra features for them.
And I think it's going to be a worry. There's not enough RAV4 hybrids in stock. Are there going to be enough of these? We're going to have to wait and see. Well, there it is. It's the CX-50 hybrid. What do you think of that?
Thanks for watching, and if you like what you see, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.